Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Catherine. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this glam look, which is done using 100% drugstore products. Everything on my face you can get at the drugstore or at some sort of retail store. You don't have to order it online to get it. So yeah, I'm super excited to do this look. I definitely used like fall colors, but I wouldn't say it's a fall only look. I definitely think it would be good for like a night out in pretty much any season. I used the new e.l.f. Mad for Matte Holy Smokes palette, as well as just a bunch of my favorite drugstore products. So yeah, before you leave, if you like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm priming my face with the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. This is the only thing in the video that's technically not from the drugstore, but it is only $5 per an ounce, and it is sold in a lot of retail stores as well as online and a lot of stores that have free shipping on all orders. And then I am priming my eyelids with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eye Primer. For foundation today, I am going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I am mixing together the shades 201 and 205. I have a lot more 201 than 205 in there, but I do just need to darken that shade up a little bit. I am mixing those shades with a Morphe foundation brush and dabbing it onto my skin with that same brush. And then to blend the foundation out, I am using a dampened beauty sponge from Amazon. Next, I am using the Essence Brow Gel in dark brown to fill in my brows before I apply the pomade to them. For pomade, I'm going to be using the Milani Stay Put Brow color in the shade dark brown, and I'm applying that with the brush that comes with that brow pomade. As I've said before, I really love the consistency of this brow pomade. I just wish that the colors were a little less warm toned, but I do find it to be extremely comparable in quality to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. And once that is done, I'm going to be highlighting and concealing my face with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15. I actually haven't used this concealer in a really long time. I think since I got the ColourPop No Filter concealer, and I actually forgot how much I love this concealer. This shade really is the perfect highlighting shade for me, and it's just not too heavy. It doesn't get all cakey on my skin. So I'm really glad I tried out this concealer again for this video. And I'm blending that concealer out with the same dampened beauty sponge that I used for my foundation, just to give it a nice seamless look on my skin. And I'm just touching up my brows because I got a little bit of concealer on them. Now I'm going to be setting my face with the new e.l.f. Beauty Shield Setting Powder in the shades Sheer / Natural. I'm putting some extra powder under my eyes as well because I'm using a new shadow palette in this video today, and I wasn't sure how the fallout was going to be. I'm going to be honest, I don't love this powder that much. I found it to be like kind of yellow and drying, but I'll play with it some more and see how I feel about it. And for shadow today, I'm going to be using the new e.l.f. Matte for Matte palette in Holy Smokes. I'm using a fluffy Kylie brush to apply the orangey brown shade in this palette into my crease and making sure that's nice and blended out. This is going to be our like transition slash crease shade today. And then next I'm going in with a small e.l.f. brush. I actually have no clue what this brush is called, it's so old, and I'm packing this navy shade onto my inner and outer corners. I'm just really packing that on because I want the inner and outer corners to be nice and dark, and I'm not blending them out at all yet. I'm going to be doing that in the next step. Now I'm going to be taking a totally clean Coastal Scents Pro Fluff blending brush, and I'm using that to blend the navy shade up and just a little bit over, kind of closing off the halo, a very slight bit, but I'm not making it super dark and heavy, just because of my eye shape. That's not normally the most flattering way to do a halo eye. And then once that's done, I'm just touching up that orangey brown shade just a little bit. Next I'm going into another Coastal Scents fluffy brush. I have like 20 of these, and I'm going into the darkest brown shade in this palette, and I'm using it to blend the navy into the orangey brown. Just because the navy's so dark and the orangey brown is so light, I need something in between those shades to make them blend into each other nicely. And then I found that the navy shade kind of got a little patchy and faded as I blended it out the first time, so once I'm done with this dark brown color, I'm going back in with that original e.l.f. brush, and I'm just packing in a little bit more of that navy onto my inner and outer corner, and I'm not really blending it out at all, but I'm giving my eye another once over with that Kylie brush in the orangey brown shade, because you can never really blend out your transition shade too much. Next, I'm dabbing a little bit of the NYX Glitter Primer right onto the center of my lid, and I'm going to be topping it with the NYX Glitter in Bronze using a Real Techniques flat shadow brush. So I'm really packing that glitter on right over the glitter primer, and then I'm sort of bringing it up a little bit past the primer and a little bit to each side, so it's not just like one super big glob of glitter, if that makes sense. But it's not really going to stick much where there's not glitter primer. So after that, I'm using the navy shade on the same Coastal Scents brush and just sort of blending into the glitter shade to keep it from looking like a glitter glob. And then I'm going back into that e.l.f. brush and I'm placing the navy shade on my inner and outer corners on my under eye. We're basically emulating the halo effect that is on the upper lid. And I'm going to blend it out with that dark brown shade. I'm skipping the orangey brown for the time being. And then I'm going in with a Real Techniques accent brush to apply the NYX Glitter Primer. And to apply the glitter, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that comes with the Modern Renaissance, and I'm using like the small end of that. Glitter is super hard to do on your under eye, so you just want to make sure that you're going really slow and you're using a really small brush so it's not getting all over the place. You want it to be in line with your eyeshadow, not just like dripping down and looking like you have little glitter tears. Then I'm just touching up everything, making sure everything's nice and blended, and dusting away that powder. I then give my eye once over again with the orangey brown shade on the bottom, just because I thought it wasn't looking blended enough. And then I'm touching up my concealer just a little bit to cover up any fallout that I got on my under eye directly. And because my under eye was looking just a little bit dry from that e.l.f. powder, like I said, I don't love it so far. And then on my eye, I'm doing a super thin line of the Wet n Wild H2O Proof Liquid Liner in the shade Black. I'm not doing a wing or anything because I always find that that takes away from the halo, but I just do want a base to put my lashes down on. And then I am contouring my face with the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Duo in the shade Taupe. I'm blending it out with a Real Techniques contour brush. This is my absolute favorite contour shade of all time. It's just like the perfect shade for my skin tone, and it blends out so nicely. I've never found a liquid contour that I like better than this. And then because we're going for a glam look today, I'm going to deepen up that contour just a little bit using the NYX Powder Contour Kit. I'm using that like taupey medium brown shade there, and I'm using a big fluffy Morphe powder brush to make sure that the contour isn't too harsh and it's all blended out. Then I'm using a Coastal Scents blush brush to apply the shade Berry Mary from the e.l.f. blush collection to my cheeks. Then I'm using a KKW beauty brush to apply the Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick to my cheekbones and nose, and then I'm topping that with the highlighter NYX Ritualistic because that Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick is just a little too gold to be flattering on my skin tone, so I need something just a little lighter than that. Then I'm setting my face with the Makeup Revolution setting spray and the e.l.f. Mist and Set. I was running a little low on the Makeup Revolution, so I needed something else. Then I'm using that NYX Ritualistic to highlight my inner eye just a little bit. And then I applied some lashes off camera. I used Kiss lashes, and I think they were the dramatic ones. I'm horrible at applying lashes, so you don't want to watch me do that. And then now I am applying the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in the shade Sandstorm. This is like a really nice true nude on me. I find that these lipsticks are so comfortable, and like they're not super long wearing, but they fade gracefully, if that makes sense. Then I'm using just a little bit of the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara to blend my real lashes into my fake lashes and also add some drama to my lower lashes. And then after that, I am putting a little bit of the NYX Cosmic Metals Lip Cream in Celestial on the center of my lip just to give it a bit of a glossy pop there. And then I'm putting just a little bit more liner over my lash line to cover up the edge of those fake lashes. And this is the final look today. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I just think this is a nice, fun holiday or just really any season party look or look for a night out. I don't use glitter that often, so it was really fun for me to do glitter, and I hope you enjoyed that every product in this video was all drugstore. If you did enjoy this video, like I said, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye!